Hello everyone, I'm Val, and I'm always bringing videos about geeky experiences. Things that are usually kind of out there and things that are not as common and easy to find. This video is going to be a little different in the sense that I'm going to talk about a super mainstream experience, but something that I still geek out about massively every time I do. I'm going to talk about going to Disney. But not just going to Disney. I'm going to talk about performing at Disneyland Paris, which I was lucky enough to do this holiday season. Absolutely love all things Disney. I love the movies, I love the musicals, I love the characters, and most of all, I love the parks. I feel like the Disney parks are the most magical experience you can get without going to a LARP. It's the place where I feel like everything is okay. I feel like it really is the most magical place on earth for me, and I feel so good every time I go into one of the parks. And I absolutely love the feeling of being there and just having no cares in the world and just, being surrounded by the Disney magic and being immersed in that is just like, it really energizes me. And every time I have the opportunity to go, I'll go, and I love every single time. So when the opportunity to perform at Disney came up, I had to do it, obviously. Like, how could you ever say no to something like that? Let me explain how that actually came up. I don't know how many of you know this, but I'm part of a choir here in London. It's a non-audition choir, so it doesn't matter your skill level, anyone can join. And it is called the West End Musical Choir. I have my t-shirt here and everything. The West End Musical Choir is a show tunes choir. So as the name says, West End musicals, we sing songs from West End musicals, some Broadway musicals as well. So anything from like old school Oklahoma and Oliver to like classics like Les Mis and Rent to newer musicals like Waitress, Hamilton. Hamilton's great, by the way. And like Disney musicals like Beauty and the Beast, Frozen, anything that has been produced for stage as a musical is in. So we have like an amazing time performing. We have these professional musical directors who work in the West End and who worked on Broadway or, musical productions around the world. And they are the ones that conduct the choir. So these are like professional, actual like musical theater, musical directors conducting the choir. So regardless of your skill, you have amazing professional leading you that makes you sound professional. Even like, just put a little bit of effort and you sound good. I don't know how to do it. It's magic, it's choir, it's music, it's musicals, so it's great. And on top of the directors, you have Charlie, who is the founder of the choir. She is this real life like Mary Poppins Disney princess that she's just like full of energy, and she's so sweet, and she's a wonderful person, and she just like treats all of us like she cares all about all of us, and she's really great, and that just like gives you even more energy to work and make it good. But anyway, I'm gonna stop fangirling about Charlie now. The West End Musical Choir is interesting because we are always singing show tunes, so we always have the storytelling behind it, and we always have characters and emotions that are connected to the songs because they come from musicals, right? Apparently we've been doing a really good job, and at some point Disney called and asked us to perform at a new program that they are trying out. Well, the program that Disney is working on is called Disney Performing Arts, and I don't know if it's worldwide. I think it's only Disney Paris for now, but who knows. And the way it is that they're bringing performers to perform on Disney stage with Disney cast. We performed with Mickey and Minnie and Goofy. It's so good. And they're bringing these different people and trying it out to perform on Disney stage, which is not something they'd ever done before. And they started it this holiday season by having us perform at Disneyland Paris on a special stage at Tomorrowland and perform, like I said, with Mickey and Minnie and Goofy. I think they're only doing that with choirs for now, but there might be different opportunities. I guess keep an eye out on Disney Performing Arts. So they announced this back in the summer, I think, and we just performed it during the first weekend of December. So we had lots of practices. We had extra rehearsals. We're meeting at like after normal rehearsal time. So normal rehearsal is usually from 7 to 8:30. We would have a second rehearsal following that from 8:30 to 10:30, I think. And it was hardcore. Like, it was like a professional rehearsing choir. We had to get it right, and it was totally worth it. Disney actually sent us original songs that we can't really perform anywhere else, but they sent us 5 different songs that we performed on the stage, and they were just glorious and beautiful and amazing. So we're lucky enough to be in London. We just had to take a train over to Disney, which just taking a train to a whole different country for me is still new, and I absolutely love it. But we just took the train down to France and to Disney, and we got there on Friday afternoon. We got there around 1. We had a rehearsal. We spent about 2 hours rehearsing all of the songs and getting the little things out, and that was with the Western Musical Choir MD. And Ben is he's just a little ball of energy, jumping around and being amazing the entire time. I don't know how he has that much energy, but it's hard not to smile and to be joyful when you're watching Ben conducting you. He's wonderful. So we had our rehearsal on Friday afternoon, and then we had Friday night off. We went to the park, we had a good time, we went to a bunch of rides. I met an amazing group of people from the choir that I had not met before, because there are lots of us in lots of different venues all over London. So I met like what became my Disney core group of friends, and we started hanging out on Friday, and we hung out the entire weekend, and it was really magical, and like Disney magic bringing us together. On Saturday we had our first performance. So we started early. We met up at around 9 just outside the park. Disney producers came out to get us, which was very fancy. They took us backstage to the performing area, where we were literally backstage in one of the stages at Tomorrowland where we performed, and it was just like you could see Disney cast walking around, and you never see, this is a fun little fact, you never actually see like the characters without their hats on. You cannot see them, which I'm very grateful for, because they're not real humans. They are actually Mickey and Minnie and Goofy, and I never want to see them without their hats on. So this really worked out for me. I did not want to see. I was actually afraid of having to see them without their heads on and just like completely ruining my dreams. Anyway, so we were taking backstage, and we met Lauren. Lauren is just an amazing MG that works for Disney, and I swear to you, she walked into the room and all 150 of us were performing were collectively, instantly in love with this woman. She's like another Disney princess. She's just like so proper and so confident and so like amazing and so gorgeous. I was just like, how are you real? How are you real? Seriously. Like, I just want like 1% of her confidence in life. She is just amazing, and she gave us a whole bunch of new exercises that were really great and really helped us with the songs that we're singing, because they're a little bit more classical sounding than what we're used to when we're singing show tunes. So it was really nice and very much like Julie Andrews-y, and just like it really felt like, you know, we were having classes with an actual Disney princess teaching us how to sing. It's great. So Lauren gave us a little bit of an insight on the songs and helped us, the little tweaks that were still missing, and then we went to perform. We were split in 2 because there were too many of us. There are 150 of us, so they put us in 2 casts. The other cast went first, which I was very, very grateful for, because the other cast, there were a few surprises. on stage. Like we didn't really know what the entire performance was gonna look like. We didn't rehearse with the cast. We just knew our part and we knew what to do and we knew what was going to happen with us. We knew there was going to be snow at some point, just fake snow of course, but we also knew that cast members were going to be on stage, but we didn't know anything else. So the first cast went on stage and the rest of us, the second half, which would be the second cast, went to sit down and watch them perform, which was really great because we then got to see what was gonna happen and Mickey and Minnie coming on stage and the other cast members just interacting with the choir and everything, and I was sobbing by the end of it. So it's really lucky that I got to see that before because I would have started crying on stage and I would not have been able to sing. Not that there's anything wrong with crying, there's really not anything wrong with crying, but when you're trying to sing really high notes as a soprano one, which is the highest you can go, it's not great to be sobbing. Like, it doesn't really help you reach those notes. The other group did their performance, they were wonderful, and then it was our turn. And we went backstage, we went to get ready. They had costumes for us, they had like this choir robes, tunics, I don't know what they're called. So it was very Christmassy and very nice, and we all looked alike, we looked the same, and which was nice and very professional looking, and so that was great. And here's a little clip of what we looked and sounded like.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the most wonderful time of the year. With the kids jingle belling, but everyone's telling you be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
On Sunday we performed again. I had kind of lost some of my voice because apparently going on, rocking roller coaster and Space Mountain a few times during the day will do that to you. It kind of tires out your throat when you scream so much. And I do like screaming on rides because it's such a stress relief. It makes me so happy. So yeah. Anyway, I'll mostly blame the rain that happened the day before, so that made me a little sick. And it was that. It was not the roller coasters or anything. By the time we had a warm up, I was actually able to sing, so that was nice. And the videos you were seeing are actually from the Sunday because I felt like it was the better of my two performances. I already knew how things were gonna work. I was already more comfortable with the set that we're singing, and I just wanted to have a great time and interact with the cast and just be awesome. And so yeah, I'm gonna leave a few more clips. I just want to thank again Charlie and Ben and Disney and Tim and Leslie and all the angels for helping us on the trip and being amazing and being able to give us all this experience that honestly I never ever in my life thought I would ever have. And I just want to go again, like right now. I just want to go and do it all over again because it was so great, and I can't wait for the next time, which will hopefully happen. That was it for this video. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like the choir stuff, if you want to see more of our performances, if you want to know more about the choir. I am happy to talk about it forever, so let me know what you thought of this video if you'd like to see more. And if you just want to keep up with my geeky experiences, hit subscribe, click the little bell button, and see you soon.
Chantons Noël ensemble. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Disneyland Paris proudly presents Disney Performing Arts Let's Sing Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone! Joyeux Noël! Let's celebrate! Chantons tous ensemble!
about to sing the second number.
Mickey, peut-être pourrais-tu nous aider?
Vous aider?
Oh, please, Mickey, could you help us?
Quelle bonne idée! Alors, tout le monde en place! Noël est mon moment préféré de l'année. Maestro, musique!
You're right, Mickey. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
When the kids jingle belling,
But everyone's telling you be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season of all.
with those holiday greetings and gay happy feelings when friends come to
When friends come to know, it's the happiest season of all. There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallows fun to sing, and caroling out in the snow.
There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmas is long ago.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Bravo les amis! Et maintenant, chantez tous avec nous!
There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallows for to sing, and caroling out in the snow.
There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmas is long, long ago.
Encore une fois, tous ensemble!
It's the most
The most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time. Marvelous, marvelous, wonderful time of the
Un grand bravo à notre chorale! Quel talent!
A big round of applause for our choir!
May I join in?
Oh, Minnie, tu es presque en retard!
Well, Mickey, I was working on a little surprise. That's what Christmas is all about. Remember? Shh! It's a surprise.
Come on, Minnie. What should we sing next?
Minnie, as-tu une idée de ce que nous pourrions chanter?
Absolutely. Come on, everyone. Let's get in the swing with a little jingling. Clap your hands and sing along.
Très bonne idée, Minnie! Tout le monde est prêt? Maestro, musique!
Oh! C'est cool! Oh, this is so much fun! Minnie,
À toi de jouer!
that's surprise, remember?
Oh, Minnie, tu as raison.
Oh, this is wonderful. Oh, it'll be so much fun.
Allez, Minnie, dépêchons-nous.
Oh, how beautiful.
Look at the snowflakes, everyone! What's happening?
I just can't believe it. It's the magic of Christmas.
C'est quand la musique et la magie de Noël ne font plus qu'un.
C'est l'esprit de Noël. Allez, chantons tous ensemble, mes amis. Side by side, our hearts will guide us and show us what is true. That all we need is right beside us. Lucky me, lucky you. All I want
was fun.
And also magical.
Happy holidays, everyone. Don't forget to keep singing.
Joyeuses fêtes de fin d'année. Nous espérons que vous avez passé un agréable moment avec Disney Performing Arts. Nous vous souhaitons une excellente journée dans le parc Disneyland. Merry Christmas to all.